a fun time this morning on 3+U. We're meeting a new friend on the show, Garrett Reagan, who is the general manager of the athletic shop here in Chattanooga. Great to see you.
Yes, nice to meet you, Julie.
I have lived in town for 23 years, Garrett, and I never knew that you were here. Where have you been all my life?
It's a niche industry. You know, you don't really hear about the hard things about the school programs looking for uniforms.
Yeah.
Coaches don't like dealing with the uniforms sometimes. You know, that's not their primary focus. That's where we come in. So we take care of the uniforms for the coaches.
You've got this fantastic warehouse off of Latta Street here in Chattanooga, and it is literally a one-stop shop, not just for the clothing you're going to be able to purchase here, and we'll talk about that, but for the customer service you get. You have reps in-house that work with people when they call you to say, hey, I need 50 shirts. You've got the folks in line to help them get what they're wanting.
Oh, yes. And at the risk of offending others, I think our reps are top of the line. I think they're the best in the business. A lot of them come from coaching backgrounds. So they not only understand this side of the business, they understand your side too. They understand what your focus needs to be on. So we try to take that burden off the coaches too. So I think we have great reps.
One of my great regrets in life, I don't have many, is that I wasn't able to be a little league mom. I have girls, not boys.
Oh yeah.
But I would think that if you are the mom of a kid playing any sport, not only do you want the material to breathe well and have them feel good, it's got to be able to stand up to an awful lot of washing, doesn't it, Garrett?
It does. It does. And our screen printers are top notch as well. They know how to the correct temperatures in which to dry and cure the inks that we print. I've got t-shirts that we've had for decades, you know, using for from school way back when,
right,
that we've gotten at this place. And I also have shirts that our softball team has purchased through here that have lasted for over a decade as well.
So you are called the athletic shop, yet when COVID hit last year, everything kind of went away for a while. It's coming back now, but you still had to keep your doors open. You found that local companies have really benefited from your service.
Yes, we have always had corporate business. We have long-term partnerships with several corporations in Chattanooga. But last year posed a challenge because 2020 obviously shut down our market.
Yeah.
So we were able to reach out and help corporations with their apparel, but also masks, which was a new thing for us last year too. So we were able to bring in quite a bit of new business with those mask sales also.
So there's a lot to learn. I guess it all begins for most people with a phone call, or do you typically get word of mouth business?
Word of mouth business is big in our industry, especially locally. But we do get a lot of phone calls too from advertisements and referrals and stuff like that. People will call in, and if they call in, they're assigned to one of our reps.
So for a lot of people, if you coach Pee Wee football coming up, right? I mean, this is your season to be planning ahead, correct?
Yes. If you're a coach, you always want to plan ahead with uniforms. And our next focus is football, youth football particularly. Most of your high schools, colleges have already been purchasing. They're basically done with their purchasing, but you know, your middle schools, your Pee Wee teams, your rec centers, they still need their uniforms, and we would encourage them to come with us. We're not just a Adidas, Under Armour business for colleges and high schools. We want to service the youth community as well, and we've actually seen that business grow tremendously this year.
Okay, so you're throwing out some brand names there, Adidas, Under Armour. I guess one of the things that your reps are charged to do is, one, help the client save money where they can, and B, make sure that they're choosing the material that's going to best suit the purpose of the shirt, right?
Yes.
So is everything that you sell like a dry weave, or does it all depend on what they're wanting?
It depends on what they want, but we can outfit a youth team on a tight budget with great apparel. I go off-brand for my slow pitch softball team, for example, and those uniforms hold up 100 to 150 games a season. And then we have top-of-the-line brands like Adidas and Under Armour that we primarily sell to high schools and our colleges. But we can outfit any age group from Pee Wee on up with brands, off brands. It's all gonna be very durable.
One of the first questions I asked you before the cameras began to roll was, do you have for women the silhouette shirts? Because a lot of women don't want to wear a box,
yes,
right?
Yes.
That's become a pretty popular offering.
Yes, we carry women's apparel. The racerback tanks are very popular in the summer. We do all sorts of apparel. And contacting a rep where they would be able to walk you through that process. We carry tank tops, t-shirts, dry fit t-shirts, you name it, we can get it. We literally can be a one-stop shop.
So we end up, when we have these conversations, part of what makes it so much fun is that you get to learn, like I do, kind of the personal side behind the business. So I'm going to exploit you for a minute.
Nice.
But you're a part-time pastor at your church.
Yes, I am. I serve at Riverside Baptist Church in Lookout Valley.
So obviously when your folks walk in the door here, your customers, you're very honest, but you must be very kind to your staff. I'm sure it's a whole team of people here that make the product.
And one thing I try to instill in our employees is that we see each other more than we see a lot of our family. So we really can be this familiar environment. And we try to, just love each other. And of course, Jesus said, I came not to be served, but to serve. And that's what we want to do. We want to serve. That's a part of our mission statement is we build meaningful relationships through serving others. And that's what we want to do, not only the customer, but our employees.
So on the church side of things, because it isn't just the athletic side, if you're going to have a Bible school this summer, y'all might be able to help them with shirts?
Yes, yeah, Lookout Valley Baptist, good friends of mine down there have been ordering their VBS shirts for years through us, and we do a lot of those camp shirts. We don't want the athletic shop name to run people off because they think we only deal with athletics. We deal with corporate apparel. Anything you need, we could take care of.
Okay, and when people call, because I've never walked this walk before, what is the difference in terms of the hold-up quality of having something embroidered versus the screen?
Yeah, well, they both are very durable. They're just different forms of application. The screen print presses you can see behind us, these actually print the t-shirts. They'll print an ink logo on them, and then we run them through the dryers here, these big industrial dryers, and they cure that ink to the shirt.
Wow.
And whereas embroidery is more of like the shirt I'm wearing.
Right.
It's got an embroidered stitch count involved, and it's sewn on, and they all hold up very well. And we also have a digital transfer machine, which will basically, it almost looks like a sticker material. It's cut off and you can actually heat seal it onto the shirt. Those have become more popular as well. So that's a very popular form of application.
And before I let you get back to work, running it through that dryer, is that what will keep it from crinkling and fading and flaking off so quickly? Is
Yes,
the dryer the
yeah.
friend?
So the dryer will literally dry the ink and cure it to the shirt.
Okay.
So yes, and like I told you, I've had shirts that were made here. This business has been around since 1973. And so when I was in school, we got our apparel here. When my dad had teams, we got our apparel here, and I still have those shirts. So I think the printers,
that's pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool. And the printers here are top notch. They know what they're doing. They're very professional. And they do a great job with the product and material that we get.
I think you're kind of top notch too.
Oh, thank you, Julie.
Come give him a call. Garrett Reagan at the athletic shop. Like he said, don't let the name fool you, because